Well, I talked my man Greg Schoner into coming over to the restaurant here at the Poconos. This is, I don't know what hibachi is. I'm going to try it. Tonight we had 6 horses racing from the stable. 3 here in the Poconos. Maintenance Man had the 9-hole and took him back the last. Maintenance Man will never ever race good when you don't leave with him, but I guess it's a kamikaze trip if you leave with him out of the 9-hole. I don't know. I talked to Carmen about him tonight or yesterday, and I said, like, you got to get this horse in a condition claimer. You got to get him in where he can win. Probably, if we sold this horse in Harrisburg, we get good money for him. We got a few horses I want to discuss about possibly going to Harrisburg. Maintenance Man, I think, would bring decent money. A good-looking colt, mark of 53 as a 2-year-old. What's he got made? 50, 60,000? I think he'd bring okay money. Anyway, he was a write-off as soon as he took him back. Oso Pine made a break halfway down the lane. Greg Schoner just told me they didn't chart him with a break. He looked like he was going to be second or third. I thought he raced well. And then halfway down the lane, he clearly made a break. 28-3 with the break. So he was trotting pretty hard. This horse seems to be, now I'm optimistic, but he seems to be coming around. He runs out if you jam him down on the inside, and I made the same error tonight with Sebastian. I guess I shouldn't talk. But jammed him down into the pass lane and then expect him to accelerate when he's on that left line. He obviously hit himself and made a break. Brush cut race good. Got a bit of a tough trip for a 6-horse field. Kevin told me after he popped the quarter crack, obviously we're having a trouble with that foot. When you chop and chop and chop at that foot for a few starts as he did in New York, what happens is it causes bruising, grows down, it weakens the wall, and it can cause a quarter crack, and that's exactly what happened with this colt. So he's a tough bugger. I'm telling you, he's going to be a nice horse. Just a really, really bad luck story for 2019. And then on the trotting side, Libero Hanover just had to function. I think he made the final.
Poker diet.
Just had to function, really, to make the final. And he made it, but they're going to 54, 55. Here's another horse would probably fit really well in Harrisburg. Close to 30,000 made. Never made a break in his life. Has a couple of wins. Shows trotting in 57. Probably worth some money to somebody. I'm concerned that he's going to come back at 3 and trot like he did at 2. So it might be worth having a conversation with our clients at Libero Hanover Group, potentially Harrisburg bound.
Drinks, okay?
Thank you very much. Potentially Harrisburg bound. And then we had Willpower Fashion, did everything he could. They went obviously much slower. I obviously second-guessed myself and said, I wish I had come to the outside now. But he raced well. Third, 58, did what he could. Another horse I'm hoping is going to be a really, really nice 3-year-old. And then Sebastian Yu, I knew he needed help mathematically and a win to make it into the final. Obviously a ton of speed, this colt. Now he's starting to understand it though, right? Last week, I drove him in Philadelphia. He came up a little sick, but he was manageable. Then Aaron raced him out of the 4-hole last week. We're going to let his hobbles out, put a little elastic in his hobbles, and he was trotting really good tonight, and I was the one that made the error. I jammed him down in the passing lane, and I goosed him. Call a spade a spade. It's my fault that he run. Again, I was going to kind of grease the guy and come to the outside with him. He was trotting really good, and he was running out in the straightaways, but Corey looked like he had the most trot. There's tons of room in the passing lane in the Poconos. I'm going to follow Corey down in there, and I'm going to drop him to the left of him. I wasn't going to beat Corey Callahan, but I was going to be second. And he got down in there. There was a certain sense of urgency. I completely take responsibility for that. I filed him to the left. I had to force him to the left. I hit him a swat, goosed him, and he just made a break. And that's my fault. Another horse that I think is going to be an exceptionally good 3-year-old. I was telling Greg during the races, if you remember back, this horse spent a lot of time on the run in February and March and January, and he lost a lot of learning. And now he's figured it out. Unfortunately, we've missed the rest of the stake here with him. But nevertheless, just a really, really talented colt. And now he's got it. He's got it put together. I think if we give this colt time, this running in and running out would probably be his feet and knees. So the maturity and the cooling down and the growth this horse will experience in the time out, I suspect he'll come back to wear no trotting hobbles and be very, very smart. Very impressed, one, with how he behaved tonight. Obviously a little unimpressed with myself putting him on the run. But as I said, I knew it was win or go home, so to speak. And I forced him. I forced his hand, and he blew up and he made a break. But anybody that can't see the growth mentally of this horse over the last month is just not watching him. He's come a long, long way in a short period of time. And I know it's great to win races, make money, or potentially make good money, or at least pay for the horses at 2. But keep in mind, it's all about the growth and maturity to get them to 3. I really believe that Sebastian Yu could be a player in Pennsylvania. Now I just watched Cooler Schooner's son, the freak win, Real Cool Sam win. To say he's going to be a player at 3, I don't know what he's going to do at 3, but I can tell you that he's got the right attitude. He pulled up sharp, sound, ears up, and now he's learned. Now I wish we could have had this epiphany in June, but it didn't happen, and that's racing. So I'm really excited about Willpower Fashion and Sebastian Yu. If Sebastian Yu's mine, tonight's probably his last start. He's taking a lifetime mark. Any money he makes from now on, he could make when he come back. So we don't want to evict him from the non-winners of 2 before we bring him back. And a horse like Willpower Fashion, potentially he could race in the maiden. I really would like to see him take a lifetime mark. He's earned it. I got a lot of respect for both of those colts. Libero Hanover, I think, is just an ordinary horse that made money, and it might be worth putting him in Harrisburg. So impressed with Willpower Fashion, Sebastian Yu tonight. Not shocked. I mean, poor Libero Hanover can't trot 54-4. It's ridiculous. He trotted what? How much he trotted tonight? 56 and a bit? He had to have. Trotted 56 and a bit, probably the fastest mile of his life. And Maintenance Man, again, a no-go when you take him back. Brush Cut, I was impressed with him again tonight. Little quarter crack, got to work on that. Poor bugger. And then there was another one. Oso Pine. I was actually impressed with Oso Pine. Now, we're at the bottom of the barrel. We're at the, it doesn't take a lot for us to be impressed with Oso Pine at this point. But he did race well tonight. He did make a break, and they absolutely missed it. And he still charted 28-3 on the end of it. I was impressed. So how much he go?
Libero Hanover, 56-2.
56-2, fastest mile of his life tonight, Libero Hanover. Anyway, not a total loss. We've had a great weekend. Tomorrow I expect to have a good night at the Camden Fair in Ohio. I just realized yesterday that Overdue Mission and Susie K are in together. So somebody's going to have to drive Susie, I guess.
Right behind you, he's got a trailer.
Susie's behind me?
I think so.
Oh my God. Anyway, Susie's got the trailer behind me. We're going to find a driver for Susie tomorrow, and then the other one's Ail's son. What'd she got?
She's got the 2 more.
Yeah, she should be really good, I think. She likes those tight surfaces. And then Tuesday we got the sale. I gave you guys an update on the sale. Caldwell. I gave you guys an update on the sale on Tuesday. And then on Wednesday, another little update. John came up to me tonight and said, listen, Harness AM is buried. She's got the 8-hole. Why don't we just pay the starting fees, scratch her, and give her the week off? She is a Lays-X filly. If we luck out and a couple of the ones from below her make some money, maybe she'll get bumped to the consolation, maybe. If not, she's going to have one more tough race in her. She didn't have an easy year, this filly, but she's turned into a nice horse. She hasn't turned into a nice horse. She's been a nice horse all year, and I think John's probably on the right page there. Scratch her, pay the $400, scratch her, save her a week, and go from there. So I think a smart move by John. I think the smarter move, Paul, you're out there watching. You're right. Should have raced her in the Stallion Series. It's hindsight 2020 to say, what if we drew in the other division, drew the 2-hole, going for 90,000? We're all pumped. So unfortunately, it turned out worst case scenario for her. I think that's probably the right way to go. And then of course we got the other fillies who also drew poorly on Wednesday. Lots going on this week. Still a ton to do. An okay night, I guess, in the Poconos for the Sebastian Yu group. I apologize. It's my fault. I think he was second. I took second away from you and gave you a 6th. So good news is you got a really, really nice colt. I think he's going to be a very nice 3-year-old. Some time off now for Sebastian Yu, and we'll bring him back a little earlier next year, see if he can kick some ass earlier in 2020. Anyway, that's a wrap. It's a wrap for Greg and I. I'm going to eat some hibachi, whatever the hell that is. No need to tell me. By the time you tell me what hibachi is, I've already eaten hibachi, so I don't need an explanation from Google about what hibachi is. Talk to you guys soon. It's been a long weekend. A lot going on. You're going to awake tomorrow to a press release being released by thestable.ca in regards to Flamborough Downs. I've already given you the heads up. It'll be a little more elongated tomorrow, but talk about it another time. See you guys soon. I got a 7 a.m. flight to Ohio. I'll talk to you guys very, very soon. Take care.